Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Justice League versus Suicide Squad issue number 3. Can you tell the excitement in my voice? No joke, guys. This is, like I say, The Champions is the best comic series that's out right now, and I stand by that. But this is the best temporary comic. It's only 6 issues, and this is part 3 out of 6. And oh man, this is great. We get to see the Justice League. They're all inside these tanks and whatnot, but Batman escapes. You know why? Because he's Batman. And you know, I always look for a reason to say that. I just never quite get the chance to. Anyway, guys, it's real. And he goes up and he goes, beats up a bunch of people, the overzealous guards, and he goes straight after Amanda Waller. But, you know, he stops and he's going to have a conversation with her. And she explains how, you know what, there's this original Suicide Squad. And that's kind of the reveal at the end, but you get the hint. I mean, we've been kind of leading towards this the whole time. That's why they want the revenge against Amanda Waller. We're talking about, like, Johnny Sorrow, and we're talking about Dr. Polaris and Lobo, of course, and all these guys, along with Maxwell Lord. So it's very cool. Superman recognizes Maxwell Lord, which I think is very cool because, you know, just like I pointed out back in the Fall and Rise of Captain Atom, I just did that review this week. Well, in there, Superman, who is supposed to be our Superman, not the New 52 Superman, doesn't recall Captain Atom, which I think is ridiculous. But here, Superman, who is, once again, our Superman, is able to remember Maxwell Lord, and he's angry. And it's funny because he kind of goes after Captain Boomerang and gives him a dirty look with his beaming red eyes, and it scares the hell out of Captain Boomerang, which is great. Kind of out of character for Superman, but it's all good. I'm totally good with it. Now, Batman is totally in charge. He makes it so that the Justice League gets out of their little prison and whatnot. Meanwhile, the Suicide Squad is astonished that they actually were able to beat the Justice League. Now, because they were also trapped in ice. Now, very cool moments here. There are a whole lot of very cool, refreshing moments, not just funny moments, but moments that really we needed to see, because if they were ever going to make a Justice League versus Suicide Squad movie, this is how the writing for a Suicide Squad movie, comic, whatever, should be. This is spot on. Guys, the reveal where the Justice League and Suicide Squad are all standing amongst each other, and Amanda Waller reveals that the original Suicide Squad is coming after her, and she needs everybody to protect her, is a great moment because there's just a lot of stopping. Everybody just kind of looks at each other, and while the Justice League is standing there trying to be serious, the Suicide Squad just breaks out into a hysterical laughter, and it's perfect. It's perfect. Guys, every single thing about this comic book was exactly right. Minus the Superman getting in Captain Boomerang's face. I think that Boomerang would be completely beneath Superman in that regard. But even, guys, there's a Superman moment in here. If you're a Superman fan, this is the moment when all of a sudden you get to see how inspiring he is. And specifically, we're talking about Killer Frost in this regard. And we get to see kind of a moment between these two. It's not a lovey-dovey moment. It's an actual inspirational moment, almost on both ends. Okay, maybe some minor points of contention. Case in point, Batman. Just like I said last issue number 2, I said that I don't like the idea that he said that Floyd Lawton, Deadshot, is irredeemable. That doesn't make sense, and it doesn't jive with what Batman's always been. Always been. Criminals are redeemable. He knows that. For crying out loud. Aren't we reading over in Batman the Detective Comics right now how he's been working with Clayface for a long time? I mean, hello, Catwoman, for crying out loud. How is Batman all of a sudden thinking that all of the members of the Suicide Squad, because yeah, it went from Lawton to all of them, including Killer Frost, how are all of these villains irredeemable now in his eyes? It doesn't make any sense. None. Meanwhile, he's willing to work with Amanda Waller. No, I'm not cool with that. That's the main aspect I'm really not cool with. This is what the movie should have been, for crying out loud. You can still make this movie. You can just make a direct copy off of this comic. I will not complain, and I will defend this movie to the death if that's what it takes, because this, guys, this is so good. Anyway, can you tell? This is getting an A+. This is getting an A+. I'm giving this comic an A+, because this comic deserves an A+. Guys, Professor Bell, Comic Book University, class dismissed.